Hello everybody, I am Angry Bird. We have some more Steel Division 2 for you today. A Steel Division League cast. Herr versus Gnef. Herr is on the left hand side in blue and he is playing the 20th Panzer on Maverick income, and Gnef, he's on the right hand side in red, playing the 2E Blindé, the French 2nd Armoured, and he is on a Vanguard income. This will be an interesting game, Vanguard versus Maverick, because Gnef should have the income advantage in A, and then Herr should have the income advantage in B, and then Gnef will have the income advantage back again from C phase onwards. I think Herr will need to move fairly sharpish because 80 points versus 110 points. I mean, 30 points difference in C phase, but if that goes on for a long time, you know, it can really add up. Let's have a look at Herr's deck. So, 20th Panzer, they get the big IS-2, the Boiter Stalin. It is in the deck in A phase. So that's the first thing ticked off the box. Is the IS-2 there? Yes, it is. And that could be a decent threat to the French, because I don't think they've got a hell of a lot of options to take out IS-2s. I think they do have some reasonably good AT guns. We'll have to have a look when we head over to Gnef's deck. What else do we have here? We have quite a few Panzer IVHs, Panzer IVGs, and Panzer T-34, so, you know, a decent amount of armoured vehicles. The French tend to throw quite a lot of more lightly armoured vehicles, well, mostly Shermans with some M8, so those Shermans going to be key in some of these battles. And I think it's about if Herr can take out the Shermans and really allow his infantry engage Gnef's infantry without those Shermans interrupting him, really. There is quite well, I think there's quite a lot of AA in this deck. It doesn't look like it. The SDK said 7-1, just 1 in A and 2 in B, but I'm pretty sure they were nerfed in numbers, so there is more AA. Herr has more AA than it looks. He does have the off map there in B phase as well. Just a fairly well-rounded deck, this one. Let's have a look at Gnef. So, somewhat lack of infantry, only 54 units. That could certainly come into play. If you look at his B phase, he has only 14 units total in B phase. Yeah, in A phase, he has 22 units total. So, a lack of infantry could become his a difficulty here. He does have the flamers in the support tab, as well as the 2 miters with the 50 cals, but yeah, could lose out in the infantry war, really. Let's have a look at his AT options then to take out that IS-2. He has the Cannon 57s. I think they can just about do the job. But other than that, I think he's going to struggle at range. Well, he's definitely going to struggle at range. He's going to have to get in fairly close. He may well be able to use maybe his bombers to, if Herr allows it, to, you know, really damage that thing up. Possibly some artillery fire on it as well. But it's going to be interesting how that IS-2 controls the game. And if it controls the game as well. Wow, we are into the game. Let's have a look, and Herr starting with 4 Geo 45Bs here, and these, I didn't pick them out, but these have the 2 napalm bombs on them, and I've never used this unit, but I am reliably informed it is a pretty good unit, despite being a 20-point sort of recon biplane type unit. I may well have had a little bit of stuttering there. Apologies if so. So let's have a look. Gnef's on the right hand side in red, Herobot on the left hand side in blue. And it looks like the first engagement is going to be in the central area, but I do want to kind of try and spot some of these planes coming down with those bombs. Looks like the flamers are engaging the Stosstroop and Osttruppen. I was trying to see if any of those bombs come down, but I don't think I'm able to quite catch them. We have got a P-38 coming in, trying to strike those recon planes, and he does take one of them out in the central area. Down go the Flammenwerfers. The Osttruppen are out on their own. In the northern area, Herobot has been able to advance forwards, but you know, the terrain does not favour Gnef on that northern side. So it is still a 12-12 at this point. Not too much happening so far. A few skirmishes, but nothing major. No major engagements. The M8 is engaging the MG42s a bit further down, and the Pack 184s and the Pack 40 engaging the half track. Wow, like I say, kind of Gnef has managed to really take hold of this central ground. Herobot's forces down here have been pretty much all destroyed, although the Pack 184 does take out one of the half tracks there. It's a 45mm basically. Russian 45mm. Down goes one of the 50 cals to... Oh, I think it was the IG up here. Yeah, the IG that took that one down. In come the other BEOs. I want to see the bombs release. I want to see how good these actually are. There is a Marder 1 coming in. Oh, will it get shot down? Oh, it did not make it through. And I think the other one's going to go down as well. Yeah, so we really failed to see the use of those. That is a big shame. Looks like Herobot has the 1311. I think he's just managing to capture this flag here. Artillery fire coming in from the M21 mortar. Herobot has got his units pretty bunched up. He has no AT on these units. Gnef, I think, is now trying to move in with the Voltigeurs and try and take out that kind of clump of units. We've got an Ersatz and I think that's been unloaded by the... I don't know whether Herobot's done that on purpose, but strange that he's left it outside in the road. Woof, big airstrike coming in. Yeah, all of these units pinned down by the DB-73. Or will that allow Gnef to pick up a ton of surrenders? It looks like that's the case. Looks like that's the case now. 1, 2, 3 units all surrendered. That is a big hammer blow to Herobot. The 88mm does take a shot and take out one of those half tracks. And the other one looks like that one's going to go down to the Pack 40 as well. But yeah, those Voltigeurs should easily be able to clear up the remaining units in that forest. And that hands Gnef a hell of a lot of control in here. He doesn't have a ton of units down though. Herobot bringing in reinforcements. And to say that Gnef has Vanguard income, he certainly doesn't look like he's made it pay too much for him at this point in time. Ooh, mortar shell onto that Marder. Wow, what a big hit there onto that Marder. Oh, down goes one of the P-38s. P-38 down there to the flak 4188 mil. Hey Robert, I think he likes these 4188s, and they certainly work really well for here, Robert. We have a Piper. Oh, down goes the other aircraft as well. We have a Piper L4 FAO in here. Let's see whether we can take a look at this aircraft. Little Piper Cub. Look at that thing. Beautiful. Oh, but the Piper's being hit by the flak 41 here, and surely will go down. It's forced to fall back. I don't know whether it got its off-map charge off. If it had, it's bound to drop in this area. Surely that Piper will go down. Wow, maybe. Maybe it will go down. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. Those flak 41s are pretty deadly right now for here, Robert. And he's pushing forwards Panzergrens with supporting fire from the Ersatztruppen, trying to find an infantry unit to push in and engage. We do have a Char Command M4A2 in here. Yeah, Gnef immediately bringing forwards his units to try and counter this push back from here, Robert. Gnef also attacking the northern area. It looks like he will be able to get back into this forest, especially with the help of the mortar, the M21 mortar here. Down in the southern side, here Robert's managed to get some reinforcements in, and he's looking to push back through to join back up with the SOS troop. Robert's still leaving his Ersatztruppen down here on the road. It's kind of strange. And would you remember he's doing that to spot units coming in along the road or not? Or whether he's just forgotten about that unit? We have a second mortar in for Gnef, and these mortars seem to be doing a fantastic job right now. Oh, he's countering the Flak 88, but we have the Beuter Stalin on the field right now, and this is going to be a pretty key unit, I think, for here, Robert. Will he be able to rally around that IS-2 and push for victory, or will Gnef be able to counter that IS-2 early and it'd be a big waste of points for here, Robert? There's only one way to find out, and we are going to find out by continuing to watch this game unfold. The IS-2 taking shots at the Voltigeurs, or the Beuter Stalin. What do we call it? The IS-2 or the Beuter Stalin? I guess we call it the IS-2. We can call it either. The DB-73, I think that's coming in for the attack onto the IS-2. Does make it through, and actually could hurt the Flak 88 as well. Yeah, I think Gnef is just going to continually harass that IS-2 with his bombers. I think that's probably his most reliable way of taking it out. Interesting, he is using the mortars to shell that Flak 41, and I think that's going to be pretty key for him taking that down, to allow his bombers to come in and continue to make that kind of assault. Finally, the Ersatztruppen are being fired on. I don't know whether Gnef moved the Mitre 50 cal there, or whether the Ersatztruppen moved up. The SOS-Truppen and Osttruppen and Flammenwerfer have found the Flamers in there. Do pick up that position, and surely will pick up the flag. Here, Robert's got a 14-10 now. We are not quite into B phase. We're literally now into B phase. Here Robert gets the 180 points of income. This is where he's going to make his advantage pay, if he is. He's going to have to make it pay in B phase. He's going to have to find himself like ahead by a long way, and if he does, I think he can close out this game. But B phase, this next 10 minutes is going to be the most important 10 minutes for here Robert in this matchup. Gnef pushing forward the M8s. He does recover a flag. He's got a lot of their mates in here. And Herr has to rely on the IG-18s to take out these M8s. Oh, he does have a Pack 184 in here as well. Oh, and this M8 stopped just inside the area. Nice little positioning for this Pack 184. Can fire sort of southeast and northeast at the same time. We have a lot of T-34-42s into the central area. I think that's to support the Boy to Stalin. I think this is where Herr Robert's going to make his move in this central area. Try and pick up this flag and steady this central town. And then I suspect he'll probably either launch north or south. We have the Panzer IV-H leader on the way. Oh, some smoke coming down to help Herr Robert attack back into that forest, but there is a number of M8s all rocking up to this crossroads and decimating all the infantry. I'm kind of surprised Herr Robert hasn't moved one of his T-34s down here and kind of fast moved them up into this sort of position. But I'm guessing that's what he's going to rely on the Panzer IV-H's to do. Well, he's completely surrounded the initial infantry units. The Voltigeurs, none of them have AT weaponry on them. And those tanks are just going to pick off those units. We have got a couple of M4A376s coming in to this southern side. They do have 130mm of penetration, so they can start to affect that Boy to Stalin. They're going to still want some kind of side shot, but it is possible. I think that's where these units are coming. I think they're going to try and take out this Boy to Stalin. So Robert's pushed back reasonably well in this central area. He does have a 1311. The M8s have pushed through. Ooh, are they going to ambush the Pack 184? In comes a ME-109 to try and hit them. That Pack 184 does unload. The ME-109 was not on target. The Panzer IV-H's have seen them. Oh, that Pack gun is just overwhelmed by the amount of fire coming down, and I think got a shot off at the last minute, but wasn't able to really hurt Herr Robert. But look at the territory being gained here. But these M8s, what's going to happen? He's backing them off again now. I'm pretty pleased about that. Pretty pleased about that. They are cut off. I think because the Voltigeurs are pinned down, that's cut them off from the front line. In comes a DB-73 up into the northern area, but we do have a flak 41 88mm. We also have an ME-109 G2R1, and I'm kind of surprised he didn't chase that onto the back of the DB-73 after releasing its payload. Down goes a T-34 to the combined fire of the M8s, and once again Gnef pushing forwards. Is he trying to get behind these Panzer IV-H's? I think he is. I think he's trying to get behind the Panzer IV-H's here. Interesting, and the leader is completely turning around on this road. Does face frontal armor. He is engaging one of these Panzer IV-H's at a time. Ooh, big kill! Big kill from the M8s. And will he be able to take out the second one as well? Sight damage. Transmission damage. And down it goes. That's 2 big kills. These M8s have been devastating behind enemy lines. Absolutely devastating. And they are definitely keeping Gnef in this right down. He's fast moving right the way down to try and take out this flak 4188. This is just unbelievable play from these M8s. They've done a complete sort of circle or loop or square. And yeah, absolutely fantastic. Are they going to tangle with this Flak 41. It's pretty suppressed anyway, so I think they'll be able to do this. Well, they can't even see it. Now they see it. Yeah, immediately gets that suppression and the surrender. And those M8s have definitely paid themselves off massively. Look at Gnef in his absolute northern area, decimating Herobert's forces. Gnef has a 15-9 right now and will win the game in 15 minutes time. Unbelievable plays. Just the movement of the half-tracks and the M8s, just that light vehicle movement from Gnef has been absolutely fantastic. Oh, another T-34 goes down. Where is the IS-2? Has the IS-2 gone down? I think the IS-2 has gone down. Oh my days. I feel like the IS-2 has gone down. Is this it here? No, that's a plane. That is a T-30. Is that it? Yes, this is it. This is the IS-2 here. So it did go down. A burning Hulk right now. And I imagine it tangled with the 76ers. And there was an AT gun in there. So Gnef has neutralized that IS-2. I did wonder how he was going to get through that thing. Herr Robert is looking in a pretty bad shape right now. Has the 1410. I mean, I suppose if these M8s go down and the half tracks, he could recover like 3 flags here. Oh, in comes the JU-87 D5. Let's follow this one in. Surely we'll pick up 3 half track kills right now. Did it drop? Yes, it did. 3 half tracks all going down. I think Herr Robert has been taking tips from Losser. Another ME-109 strike. There's just one M8 left up here now. The other one has been taken out. It's falling back, and it should allow that Panzer IV-H to get the kill. So Herr Robert is actually, well, no, 14-10 still to Gnef right now. Herr Robert does have a decent position in the southern side. Gnef has more of a force in the north. These ME-109s are coming in thick and fast. How many of those does Herr Robert have in his deck? 4. He has 4 of those, I believe. In comes another one. Again, it's calmed down a little bit. It has calmed down a little bit. In comes the BEO PZ 250/5 220mm off map with the little machine gun on the top and the 2 radios. More airstrikes coming in. Gnef does have a Bofors up here now. This is pre-Fate of Finland, and Bofors were very strong. Yep, down it goes. I mean, you can see how strong that Bofors is. It did one short loop. It was not over that Bofors for long. But that was it. That was all that Bofors needed to shoot down that aircraft. It looks like we have an M7 in the southern side. We have a couple of M8 Spahis in there as well. The off-map did come down in this northern central area. And Herr Robert just doesn't have the forces right now to push back in this central area. We are just into C phase, and Herr Robert's income is at a big disadvantage now compared to Gnef. Well, it's only 30 points a minute. In comes an airstrike onto the Pack 40. Will it go down? Actually, no. Completely missing the target. I think it got highly stressed out. Probably due to the Flak 41, which took a shot. Took a shot down at the mortar half-track here. Big kill. Gnef loses the mortar half-track. The Pack 40 is being engaged though by a number of units, as well as that Flak 41. Does take down an M10 tank destroyer, I think. May have been a M4A376. But the Pack 40 also under fire. I think Gnef possibly was trying to run the half-track forwards. I think he's got it in a position that he can hopefully surrender that Pack 40 if it gets stressed out. Crew kill coming down onto the other M4A3. Oh, Bofors goes down in the north. Second Bofors. I don't know whether that was there all the time. It may have been 2 Bofors that took down that earlier plane, but yeah. That's a big kill for Herr. And actually, look at this northern area. It has a lot up here to push back right now. Gnef still has the 14-10. We'll win the game in 21 minutes time. And based on the income, I mean, the advantage is definitely to Gnef right now. He just needs to shore up his front line, I think. He needs some more AT in this northern side. Just look, there's no anti-tank units up here at all. And so I think that's just allowing the Panzer IV H's to do their job and push forwards, supporting the infantry. Yeah, Gnef looks really weak up here now. Surprisingly so. Just bringing some more infantry into this central city. But with no AT around here, what's to stop any of the Panzer IV H's? Wow, it looks like a Ju-87's coming in for a strike. I'm not sure what Herr thinks he's seen. Maybe he was just using that to pin down the sappers. Very intelligent. So he was using that squarely to pin down the sappers. Down in the south, it looks like Gnef is going to pick up this flag. Oh, Herr briefly back to a 13-11. I think it's this flag here. Gnef. I think he's going to pick this up as well. Yeah, it takes it back to a 12-12. After Herr picks up these 2 flags as well. Herr back to a 13-11. And I think Gnef just needs to shore up his defense a bit. Get some AT into the northern side. He can still hold this game. I think Herr, he needs to advance and advance sharpish in this northern area. It looks like the SDKZ 251/1 is scouting forwards. We do have the off-map moving forwards once again. I imagine he's going to off-map this area. In the south, ooh, Gnef taking some decent control here, and there's not enough really to prevent Gnef pushing forwards in this southern area. I think he can pick up another flag back here, unless Herr brings in reinforcements. We do have a Panzergren and a Panzergren leader coming in. Just deletes that infantry unit. I was watching that ME-109 G2R1 with the 250 kilogram HE bomb, and he just deleted that infantry unit just there. Oof. Herr actually captures a supply truck that was intended to fix out the bailed out M4A3. Wow. I think that's going to let Gnef know there is something here. But he can't actually see what it is. Very interesting. And that M4A3 is not recapturing that supply truck. That's hilarious. In comes a Ju-87. Oh my god, this could be a massive strike. 4 tanks. They're all reversing. They're trying to get out of the way. Oh, dear me. 3 Shermans. There's a graveyard of tanks right there. 1, 2, 3 Shermans and somehow a T-34 from Herr Robert in there. What a strike from that Ju-87. He has matched Losser pound for pound in this game with the triple Ju-87 D5 cluster strikes. Gnef has spotted this. He is bringing the Voltigor Miters in. He's going to try and recapture that supply truck. This is hilarious. Oh, he has pushed forward a sappers as well and has managed to capture the rear flag. That Ju-87 is still flying up in the skies. Are the Voltigors going to spot the Ersatztruppen? Oh my god, look! They can't even recapture the supply truck! This is hilarious! What has happened here? Is this a bug? I think they're going to need to kill the Ersatztruppen. Oh! In comes the 109 and strikes the supply truck, ensuring that Gnef can't use it. Wow. That is hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. I don't know whether that ME-109 got out alive or not, but there were 2 P-38s trying to chase it. I'm surprised they've not gone for the Ju-87 D5. That's been circling for 5 minutes now. Why has Herr Robert not called that unit back? He must not have realised it's circling above him. The P-38 is now chasing it down and will get the kill for sure. Yeah, down it goes. Down it goes. 12-12. It's even Stevens right now. In the north, Herr Robert definitely has a lot of units. In the south, I think it's actually fairly even. So this definitely looks in Herr Robert's favour, which is interesting given the income difference right now. Oh, looks like there's some strafes going in onto the Marder 1. Missing the target though, aiming for this road back here. So missing the target. And Gnef, I think, is starting to struggle with his infantry. He's using his M8s and his Shermans to hold flags rather than using his actual infantry. And that is really hurting him in this central town as well. I think that's what's going to win the game for Herr Robert if he manages to make it through. Just holding this central town and a lack of infantry on the side of Gnef. We do have another flak 41 88mm making its way out onto the field. I love how Robert just denied Gnef the use of that supply truck. So now we still have the M4A376 sitting there bailed out and loaded wounded. We're sitting at 13-11 right now for Gnef. So I think he managed to recapture this flag up here. We have got 2 units of infantry pressing forwards. And I think it's all about this Panzer IV-H up here. And here, Robert, though, bringing in reinforcements, and he definitely needs those reinforcements. The Miters did discover the Osttruppen. Or the Voltigeurs, should I say. We have got a Sherman into this central area. Another DB-73 strike all the way onto this Pack 40 at the back. Very far through. I mean, he should be able to get the kill, although that Flak 41 is firing at it. Oh, does get the kill. Is going to suffer another shot. Look how long that took to get to that aircraft. Wow, that distance. Because it fired, I mean, that must have been what? 2,000... Yeah, it was probably about 3,500 meters by the time it actually hit the unit. 3.5 kilometers. Okay, so it looks like Gnef is pushing back in the north. And yeah, a lot of... I mean, Herr had a very overwhelming force up there. And it's not there anymore. So Gnef has managed to whittle down the units in this northern area. Oh, down goes an M8 in this centre ground. Gnef still has a 13-11. This is turning into a very tight game. Very tight game. It looks like the Panzer IV-H is turning onto the road. It's going to face off against the Char M4A2. It's standoff at dawn. Who is going to win? Panzer IV gets the first shot and a gun jam. Oh, what bad luck for Gnef. What bad luck for Gnef. But Herr does the job there. Engine destroy, shooter knockout, crew kill. Down goes another M4A2 in the north. I think if it's not for this one Voltigeur Mitre, there's potentially 2 flags here that Herr could easily pick up. What just took out that Panzer IV-H? Oh, it must have been a shot down here from the M4A2. I didn't see that shooting northwards. Gnef again engaging the Flak 41s with the M7 artillery piece. Not quite got the right spot though, because that Flak 41 has moved forwards. Gnef still has the 13-11 here. Is he just going to grind his way to victory? I mean, there is still another flag that he could take. He's got a Bofors and a Voltigeur Mitre not unloaded. There's another flag here that's, you know, very loosely held. But there on the southern side, I think he... You know, there are flags that he loosely holds on the southern side. That Ersatz-Truppen, if that sticks out the entire game and then somehow the front line reconnects with it, man... The Voltigeur Mitres engage him with the infantry over the way through the forest. And wow, look at them pushing forwards now. They do win that one out. The Panzergrens. Oh, the P-38 strayed too far over enemy territory there. Surely that ME-410 is going to take it down. Oh, I think Herr, I think it made a bad turn and Herr pulled him off. But the ME-109 is going to chase, and I think he's chasing into the lion's den here. It looks interesting air engagement. I think this P-38 might be in a little bit of trouble. Head-on pass. The pilot does get knocked unconscious. And Herr is going to go for that kill. I think he's going to pick it up now. Surely, with the ME-410 coming back in, surely he's going to pick up that kill. But with the Flak 41 firing, Gnef is able to identify that target once again and is going to hit that with the Priest. Oh, the Shermaners have finally gone down. I don't know what took it down, whether it was the Flak 41 that took it down, but something did. And in the south, Gnef's Voltigeurs have been discovered at last. They have been surrounded. But he does have 2 reinforcing Voltigor Miters. Another 2 coming in as well. Gnef has picked up this northern position. He's still a 13-11 right now. Will surrender the Panzergrenz, yes. And the M4s are pushing down the roads towards the city. In comes a DB-73 targeting the Panzer IV-H. There is a M4 in here as well. It's firing on the half track. Camouflaged very well there. I could barely see it. So Gnef picks up the flag. I think that was briefly held by Herr. Oh, infantry engagement, quite an important one here. 2 Ersatztruppen and a Stoss troop. And I'm pretty sure Gnef's going to win this one out. Yeah, especially now that Ersatztruppen has gone down. Gnef is going to win this engagement out. Does help him out in this southern side. Oh, I missed the Ju-87 strike. I don't know whether he made it a triple threat. He obviously took something out because the front line has shifted big time. Was it an M4? Was it 2 M4s? I'm not 100% sure. Oh, the Panzergrenz are going to push up. Are they going to get the surrender? Surely. Surely they're going to get the surrender. They actually managed to kill the unit. They are under threat from that M4. Need to get out of the way. Immediately. Down comes another 250 kilogram bomb. This time not quite on target, but does pin down those Voltigors. Gnef has been constantly hounding these Flak 41s. I mean, I completely understand why he's doing it. Oh, Herr, he may well establish dominance in the skies right now. If that P-38 goes down, the other one is way over enemy lines right now. The Me-109 is chasing, does get on the back, and down goes that P-38. The other one, I think, did just escape. There is a Bofors down here. The Me-410A1 may well go down in reply. It's still a 12-12. It's a 12-12 now. 39 minutes. Which way is this going to go? This is hard to tell which way it's going to go. Herr has a sizable force in the centre of this field. And when I say a sizable force, I mean he's got 2 Panzer IVs and a load of half tracks. I think in the southern side, Gnef only has infantry and none of it's got AT on it, so he's going to have to use this M4A3 Spahi to good effect. Oh, there is a Ju-87D5 coming in. I assume that's coming in to do the old stun maneuver onto the infantry. Yeah, that's what it's for. Pins them down, and will Herr now be able to surrender those units? I don't think he can find a path through. Can he find a path through the forest? I don't think he's going to be able to do it. I think they're going to have to sort of come around. Oh, they are. They are going to somehow make it through. Can he get those surrenders? That would be 2 big surrenders. If he managed to do it. Herr hasn't quite realised there's still an opportunity for a surrender there. Oh, the Bofors coming really far forwards. Really far forwards. It is supported by the M4A3 Spahi though. The DB73, oh, I think that's missed target, although it might be a... Is that going to come in on target? I think it is. It is. Okay, it doesn't really do any damage to that Flak 41, but just continues to pin it down. The artillery is going to obviously continue to engage as well. Oh, it looks like this central force is being challenged. Down goes one of the Panzer IV H's. Half track's gone down. Oh, crew kill and bailout from the south. The M4A3 75 in the south as well. So this sizable force that we discussed has been decimated in the centre. Oh, Marder 1 versus 2 M4. Surely the M4 is going to win. Marder 1 gets the armour crack. Does get the... oh, is bailed out though. The Marder 1s do get like a what's the right word? An aiming advantage. Because they are an open top tank destroyer, they do get an aiming advantage. So I can see why Herr Robert's using them against Shermans, because one of the key advantages Shermans versus the majority of other tanks is the Shermans can aim in about 3 seconds and most of the other tanks can aim in 4 seconds, whereas the Marder can also aim in about 3 seconds, so can at least get a shot off against the Shermans. We're going to see that again here, I think, with another engagement between the M4A375 and the Marder 1 in the south. They're edging closer. Surely they're going to start aiming. They definitely are now. Oh, the Voltigor Mitre are going to come up though. Oh, this is going to give Gnef the advantage. That Marder turned to face the Voltigor Mitre. Oh, missed first shot, but the 50 cows I think do the damage. Another Ju-87 D5 heading on in, but is forced back by the P-38 and actually I think shot down by the Bofors there. $15-9 to Gnef right now. I think he's recaptured this central ground, which is giving him a decent advantage. 4 minutes 40 left on the clock. Panzer IV-H does get hit there. I'm imagining it's this chart M4A2 at the back. It's a very loose front line by both players. The M4A3 I think is going to... Ooh, though, we could get a Panzerfaust shot off here. Wow, he's not inside the distance. So the recon stats on this M4A3 saved his life there. As Gnef pushes in and picks up another flag. 16-8 now. 3 minutes 40 left on the clock for Herr Robert. The Panzer IV-G will kill the M5 hard track. And I think that's going to hand a flag back to Herr Robert. I think over time, Gnef has finally got use of the income advantage. It's finally hurt Herr Robert, and he is looking rather weak now. Especially in this sort of central area here. Gnef could easily just push forwards. You know, if that Flak 41 goes down, well, we do have 2 reinforcing Panzer IV-Gs coming in, but... Ooh, truck's broken down onto the M10 tank destroyer, but the Flak 41 finally goes down. That thing's been there for such a long time. The Roberts had about 2 Flak 41s here during this game. Oh, it looks like the Marder and the Panzer IV-H have been engaging from the north. Down goes one of the M4s. That replies with a kill onto the Panzer IV-G. Gun jam onto the M4 Spahi. We do still have an M4A2 in here. Oh, the M4 does crew panic the Marder 1, but we do have the Panzer IV-G as well. Down goes the Marder 1. It's just Panzer IV-G versus M4 now. Who's going to win? Oh, turret stuck. Although we do have another M4A2 coming in now as well. And the Panzer IV-G went down. I'm not... Oh, I think it may have been... I'm not sure what took that final Panzer IV-G down, but it did go down. Gnef still has the 16-8. There's 1 minute 20 left on the clock, and unless Herr can do something desperate right now, I think Gnef is going to pick up the victory. There is a flag up here at risk. Actually, yeah, there's definitely a flag up there at risk. 59 still for Gnef. There's a flag here at risk. We have a supply truck coming in. I think... I'm not sure why that was on the way in. Reallocated to the crew kill Panzer IV-G up on the ridge line. 45 seconds on the clock. Herr did win out in that northern side. Still a 15-9. I think Gnef's going to win it out. 30 seconds on the clock now. I can't see, like, Herr may be able to possibly pick up flags, but I can't see how he's going to hold it, you know, for long enough to mount any kind of real defense. I think this one's going to Gnef now. 5 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1... Congratulations, Gnef. Victory, 47 minutes, 58 seconds. Commiseration, Herr. Gnef wins it. 5,000 kills to 4,300 losses. Gnef did an absolutely fantastic job in that game. Herr played fantastically well as, you know, also a really great game between two top players. Let's have a look at the kills for Gnef. The Panzer 38J takes out the two initial BO GO 145Bs. I want to know, did they actually kill anything? Yes, they did kill a half-track and some Voltigeurs. But that was it. But then they are 10, I think they're 10 points. I might be wrong. They might be slightly more. But yeah, it's a kill. Gnef, what else were the kills for Gnef? The DB-73s did a great job of just harassing Herr's forces, and the artillery, I think, did a great job of allowing that to happen by constantly attacking Herr's anti-air units. I think this was the key turning point for Gnef. His M8 push in the northern area really turned the tide for Gnef, I feel. He managed to pick up 2 IG-18 kills here. I think he definitely picked up 2 Panzer IV-H kills. You know, another IG. He did pick up the Flak 4188 kill. So, a great job. I think this is the other... Yeah, this is the other Panzer IV-H kill. The IS-2 did go down at some point. It'll be interesting to know what took that unit out. Don't think we've seen it yet. Oh, there it is. The Cannon 57mm. So it was the Cannon 57mm taking out the Beuter Stalin. Bofers picking up kills against the ME-109s. And then towards the end, I think the M4s really did their job. I think Gnef will be praising the fact that he put that C-phase card. I think he had a C-phase card of M4s in there. He'll be pretty happy about that. Because I think up until the end, Robert did look like that could have gone either way. That really could have gone either way. So yeah, the Geo 145 Bill did get the half track and the Voltigeur kill. I imagine the Voltigeurs were inside that half track. The Pack 184 did a great job early on of shutting down a lot of the light vehicles. Wow, look at this Flak 41, 2 half tracks, 2 P38s, a Piper, another half track, got the mortar unit as well. So that Flak 41 did a great job. Oh, the Ju-87 D5, 3 half track kills, 3 Sherman kills. And the other Flak 41 that came in to replace the first, that picked up 2 Sherman kills as well, so that did a good job there too. The Ju-87, the one we missed, did pick up 2 Sherman kills as well, so a lot of Ju-87 D5 strikes from Herr Robert, but unfortunately it was not enough. Congratulations, Herr Robert. Congratulations, Gnef. Commiserations, Herr Robert. I really enjoyed this game. Lots of movement, especially in that northern side from Gnef with that M8 kind of loop. Real good movement. And yeah, hopefully we'll see more from these guys throughout the league. Thanks very much for joining me. I am Angry Bird. I will see you next time.